an amazing person. I am not a hero. I am just an average American. I was a corporate communications exec for about 15 years. I have 5 kids, and I live in rural Indiana. And when they all got into middle school, as you guys know, the kids, that's when they start getting really crazy. Like, that's when you have to worry, right? So I thought, well, I'm going to stay home for a few years and kind of make sure nobody wanders off the range. And 5 years I had been home when Sandy Hook happened. And I was watching TV. I remember very clearly I was folding laundry as the reports of the news came in, and I thought, please don't let this be as horrible as it looks like it is. And in fact, it was a million times worse than anyone could ever imagine that it was. And you know, I lived in Texas when movies happened. You guys remember that was one of the first mass shootings in this country, but I was a college student. And then Columbine, I had little kids, and then, you know, Aurora and Gabby Giffords and Virginia Tech. And for me, when 20 innocent first graders were slaughtered in the sanctity of an elementary school in America, it was the straw that broke the camel's back. And my thought was, well, I can try to move out of the country, I can leave the country, or I can stay and fight. And then I thought, well, I can stay and fight, but what am I going to do from my kitchen in rural Indiana? So I created a Facebook page, and what I hoped would be, or thought would be an online discussion, much like Mothers Against Drunk Driving, actually amazingly took off and became this offline movement, a grassroots movement that had never been present before in gun violence prevention. I mean, we had never, ever had people on the ground going toe-to-toe with the gun lobby. You guys have seen how it works. The gun lobby goes in, they take these state lawmakers to lunch at the Olive Garden, they agree on what law they're going to pass, it's going to profit the gun manufacturers, and it sails through the House. That's actually how it works. I worked for Governor Carnahan in Missouri. I know firsthand that's how it works. And with nobody on the ground opposing them, they had sort of a field day for 20 years. And so we spent the first year focusing on moms on the ground, getting moms to try to get the Senate to do the right thing on background checks, establishing a chapter in every state, showing up at state houses, and then hopefully some of you know about our corporate work. I can remember sitting at home and seeing that Starbucks had decided that despite the state law, they were going to ban smoking and electronic cigarettes 25 feet outside their stores. But when it came to open carry of guns, they were still going to follow state law, which in more than 40 states in this country, you can open carry a loaded assault rifle with no background check and no permitting anywhere you want. So the person standing next to you in line in Kroger with a loaded AK-47 making a political statement, or a horrific criminal who's about to kill you, who knows which one, may not have had a background check and is perfectly legal. So that made us so angry. And as moms, we make 80% of the spending decisions for our families. So we make up only a fraction of Congress, only a fraction of state legislatures, we're only 4% of Fortune 1000 CEOs. But we were the majority of the last voting electorate in the presidential election, so we can pull that lever with our vote. And we make 80% of spending decisions. So we've had huge success with Starbucks and Chipotle and Target and other companies to do the right thing and put gun policies in place. We have a campaign right now called Groceries Not Guns, where we're doing the same thing. Kroger is sort of the focus of that, but we are getting other regional and local mom and pop stores to change their policies as well. So that's really been our focus. And after the first year, we merged with what was then called Mayor's